What's up, guys? Welcome to Running Back with Blair Bomber. I'm Blair Bomber, and dude, people in Texas are kind of fucking pussies. Like, if I'm being all the way honest, it's like you come to a place and you think, you think of stereotypes. Like when I first moved to Chicago, I was thinking there's going to be a lot more, I don't know, gang violence. And then you realize, like, wait, I'm on the north side. It's just a bunch of white people that are living their best lives. Oh my God, you want to go to trivia tonight? Or like what? There's a turtle race down the street. Let's go. Side note, if you haven't seen turtle races, they're amazing. There was this place in Chicago called Tin Lizzie's, and they had this back room and this big circular table. And they have these little tiny fucking turtles. And you bet, the turtles all start in the center, and you bet which turtle is going to get to the outer circle fastest. And it gets competitive. It's usually a bunch of college kids there, but every now and then there'll be like an older dude like in his 50s who just lives and dies. Like he needs some juice on everything that he does. So he's just there betting. He's just betting so much money just to try and get this. This what? He's like, and by the way, so much money was like 15, 30, 75, $100. It doesn't matter. It wasn't a lot of money. Anyway, it's cold here in Texas, which is always what happens when I post a picture of me in the sun drinking and getting a nice base. What happens after that is, of course, it drops down to 30 degrees, 20 degrees. And it rained a little bit last night, then it got cold. And it doesn't happen that often here. So everyone is losing their minds. Everyone loses their minds. It's just like, guys, the roads are icy. We should start canceling work. It's like, dude, there's not even ice out there. Okay, I get it gets to 120 in the summertime here, guys, but you're fine. Everything is fine. Guys, oh my God, I had to defrost ice off my car window. It's like, shoot it off. This is Texas. What's happening? Yeah, I like this place more when I thought it was all guns and hate crimes. And now I come here and people are terrified of a little bit of frost. It's like, hey, Texas, get it together. All right, you all have trucks. I never even used four-wheel drive before. What? Dude, I mean, come from where the snow actually is. All right, Chicago. I mean, you don't really drive in Chicago, but dude, we hit negative 70. We had a polar vortex when I was there. They were on the news saying, hey, if you go outside, you'll die. So don't go outside. Just don't go outside because you'll die. And there were so many homeless people in the area. They just, they went to like one of the shitty hotels, like the Holiday Inn, and said, hey, the state just paid them to open it up. Which at that point, if you're opening up your hotel to homeless people, you got to just burn it to the ground. You think cigarettes smell bad? Try, living on a street for 8 years. That's not coming out of the carpet. I mean, but even in Washington, dude, like it got cold, we got snow, especially on the east side. I mean, in Pullman and Cheney, fuck, dude. Man, it was like 6 months of just snow. And it's all hills, too. So it's hills, it's ice. You're not supposed to be driving. Dude, I knew a guy one time. I'm not kidding you. There's a guy on the football team at WSU. I think his name was like, I don't even want to fucking out him. Logan Mays. This guy, nice kid. But we had workouts one day, and he was late, like late as shit, which is like a big, like if you're late, you're fucked. Like we're all fucked. It doesn't matter. If you're in the weight class, if you're in the lifting group at the 6 a.m. and anybody's late, it's like you're all held accountable. And this guy came in late, and he just totally rattled. And we asked him what happened. He wouldn't tell us. He's like, I'm just late. Fuck off. And we came to find out later that he was pulled over driving from down the street, like driving from the dorms, because he was driving down the main street through campus with his door open and his head out the open door like Ace Ventura because his windshield was frozen and he couldn't see. So he just gunned it, opened the door, and was like, come on, I got to get there. And the cops pulled him over, and I imagine the cop just goes, what are you doing? And he's like, I play football. And he's like, this makes more sense. I understand this now. Say less. And the cop gave him like a 60-cent ticket. Go Cougs. Pullman was treacherous though, man. I mean, to this day, one of the best catches I've ever made in my life was in Pullman, and I may have covered this on the podcast before. If I have, I don't really apologize because you're here for the content and it's free. So shut up. But it was in Pullman, and my boy Zach Johnson and I, we were walking to class, and it was like, it was the kind of thing where temperature dropped and it froze. So there's a little layer of ice, and then it snowed over top of the ice, started to thaw a little bit. So everything's kind of slick, slippery, wet, and there's 6 inches of snow on the ground. Needless to say, shit is treacherous on a college campus. And you know what? People are in a hurry. Like, you know how you see in movies when people are always running through the airport trying to make their gate and you never see that? Well, people are always running on campus. If they're late or they're Asian, they just got to get there fast. And this is what is happening. We're walking. This little Asian kid is running full speed. He's just full clip, running, trying to get somewhere. I don't know, trying to make his parents proud, whatever he's doing. And he's running towards me and Zach. And he's running kind of like he's going to split us, which is a weird thing to do, just go around. But he couldn't really adjust in the middle of this run in the snow. And I don't want to say he's wearing flip-flops, but he wasn't wearing good shoes, okay? He wasn't wearing good shoes. And he's running, and then he realizes that Zach and I aren't really going to move because we're assholes and Zach's a big guy. And the kid tries to put the brakes on, tries to go hot feet. And he just, legs go out. He's coming into us. He starts his slip maybe 2 feet from us. So he's going to bowling pin into us. Zach moves out of the way. He slips. I just react. I snatch him by his shirt and his backpack strap. He becomes parallel. By the way, at this point, I'm like 175. I'm strong as shit. Grab him, pick him up, set him on his feet, slap him on the ass and say, go be great. I mean, I didn't say the go be great part, but I did catch this kid mid-fall. He didn't get his shit all wet. He saved him from falling and ruining his backpack. I'm sure he had the best rest of his day, and he's probably a doctor now. And if he had fallen and been discouraged about continuing down the path of medicine, then who knows how many people he wouldn't have saved. I saved lives by catching that sweet, sweet little Asian boy. You're welcome. You're welcome, guy. I wasn't going to say his name. His name was probably, Kyle. Who knows? Don't see you stereotype. You thought I was going to say something offensive, and I did say something offensive, so you're welcome. Best catch of my life. Well, there was that one and the Frisbee that I caught between my toes. That's a good story. We'll save that one for another time. No, I'll just tell it right now. Okay, so what happened was this back in Boji. Again, may have told the story before. Don't care. We were on one of those Maui mats, those big Maui, you know what I'm talking about? They look kind of like tumbling mats, but then they float. And hoes love a Maui mat. You want to get hoes on your boat? Get a Maui mat. Be like, hey babe, do you want to lay on the Maui mat? They'd be like, I fucking love Maui mats. Can we all say Maui mats 4 more times? It's a fun thing to say. Maui mat. What's the podcast about? Don't ask. He just says things. That could be the name of the podcast. He just says things. When I hit episode 200 and I'm still at 6 listeners, then I'll make a new podcast called He Just Says Things. We're on the Maui mat, and we're at this beautiful home. We're at the home of these people. It was my boy Jake Balls and his friends from college. And his friend from college, her aunt and uncle had oil money, like Oklahoma oil money. So they had this new agey, beautiful house they never came to. They just owned property. They built it with a specific purpose to make it like a tech house. The kind of thing that had every bathroom had a bidet in it and a dildo. You were always going to, you're going to get your asshole clean and then you're going to fill it up. No, they didn't have that. So we go there, and they have this dope dock, like a regular dock, like a traditional dock that goes up to the back of the house. And then they had a floating dock, which is always cool. That's like, I would say 15, 20 yards away from the dock. So it's still out there. It's anchored, but it's the thing where you go out there to go swim and lay out because you want to be more in the lake than on the dock. Because if you're on the dock, it's a little bit dangerous because the water's pretty shallow, and that's how you get hurt. But we were on the Maui mat, which is tacked to the regular dock. And then my boy was out, or the girl, my boy Jake, I don't know. Someone was out on the dock, the floating dock, and they threw this Frisbee. And I'm laying on the Maui mat, and I see the trajectory of the Frisbee. It's not going to make it to my hand. It's going to come a little bit short. So my plan was to kick, the underside of the Frisbee, pop it up, and then snag it. But I didn't want to make much effort. So I'm kind of like leaning my foot out. I'm like trying to hit it like this. And imagine my hand is my foot. My thumb is my cock. Pineapple Express. Come on. Anyway, if you're watching the video, this is what it is. If you're not watching the video, fucking your name's Josh, I guess. Because he's like, you're always talking about how it looks, and I don't ever look at how it looks. Well, fucking look how it looks, Josh. You fuck. Excuse me to clear my throat. So much fucking jizz in it. Anyway, so the Frisbee's coming down, and I go to kick it, and I kick it, and I hit it like I'm still short. So my 4 of my toes kick underneath of it, and then my big toe and my long curly toe, they snatch the Frisbee, and it perfectly pins it, and I catch it in midair between my toes, which is impossible. You can't do that. You can't replicate that. And the weirdest thing happened. Like when something insane happens and everybody sees it and no one knows how to react because they didn't know that thing that just happened was possible. So everyone just goes, wait, what happened? And then I just take my leg and I straighten it up like a cat licking its own pussy. And I was like, ah! And they were like, ah! It's the greatest catch of my life. Then we got shit-faced and I tried to fuck Jake's friend's friend. And, Jake's friend ended up stepping in and being a real cock block. In the name of Jesus. Best catch ever. And I will... If you don't, I hope you call bullshit on that because I got witnesses, dude. Witnesses. The Frisbee toe catch? Come on, dude. Top 2, and it ain't 2. Pretty good catch, though. I mean, come on. Can I get a little bit of credit here? Your boy's fucking rolling. I don't know. What are you guys doing? Is it? It's cold everywhere, right? Like there's nowhere where it's not cold. I mean, California, even California in the wintertime, it was still jacket weather. You still couldn't go to the beach. I mean, you could go to the beach, but I went on a date with a girl one time and it was like kind of cold outside and we walked down to the beach and, she's like, let's take off our shoes and go walk in the sand by the water. And it's like cold, dude. And I'm wearing Docs. I'm not taking my Docs off to then go and get my feet all sandy and then put them back in the Docs. Are you stupid? No, respect the boots, respect Doc Martens, and yeah, go out there and walk by yourself. Also, would you just put out on the first date, what are we doing here? We did the cute shit. Now let me... Blair, you're a moron. Also, got my fucking wall art up, which is, I think that's a big thing. It's a big thing, in your life when you start adding things to where you live, where it's not just blank walls or posters. Dude, at one point, I had this poster collage of posters that were destroyed. Because I would use those little sticky tabs that you would put on the wall because you didn't want to put holes in everything. But whenever I'd move apartments, I got to pull those off. And I would be, it'd be dumb and it would rip the corner off. So I had all these ripped posters that I like glued into a big gross collage that covered this wall. So tacky, so stupid. But you're 22, so who cares? Now I'm 30. And now I'm getting wall art, dude. Like wood-framed canvas wall art. And yeah, it's from, Tarantino movie, which is, pretty much just the most white trash thing you can do. And there is, fucking Christmas lights that are going to be around it all year. Oh, but you know what else I did? Pretty fucking dope. Is when I had the Christmas lights, but to put them on, you had to really you got to plug them in, you got to pull them out, you got to plug them in. I got these automatic outlets. So they plug into the regular outlets and it has a remote. So I can turn them on and off. So it's like a light switch. So now I got this shit in and out. It's fucking perfect. Are you proud of me? Are you? I think it's cool. I don't know. It didn't cost it like $16, but worth it. I just think it's time to start decorating my place. Make it feel more like a home. I've had a lot of, in the name of the late, great Matthew McConaughey, he's still alive, had a lot of stops looking for a stay. And that's what Austin is, looking for a fucking stay here. And I look cute as shit in this hoodie, so. Blair, we're not watching, we're just listening. Yeah, I know, Josh. Hey, Josh, I know. But are we fan of, I think if you're someone who's an adult who's into winter, who's excited for winter, with my favorite season is December, this is winter time. It's yeah, you're a fucking drunk, probably. I love snow sports. I love extreme snow sports. Oh, you like snowboarding? Dude, I'll tell you a snowboarding story. When I was in the 4th grade, I saw the movie Johnny Tsunami, got all excited. I'm going to be a fucking snowboarder, man. I can do it. I get a lesson. My parents bring me up to Mount Baker. I go up there, and this chick that ran it, I mean, she had to be 17, 18. And she had 8 kids. We paid this chick to teach me how to snowboard. There's 8 of us together. Everyone else has already really snowboarded before. I never have. She's giving me this horrible tips on how to, get your feet in the bindings and then do the stuff. But there was no real, it wasn't helping me. There's no correction. It was just, hey, just go down the hill. The mountain. It's not a hill. It's a mountain. See, I don't even know the lingo. So we're going down. And dude, I remember this plain as day. First of all, getting on the lift was brutal because you had to unlatch your one foot and then you had to keep it underneath the other one, which didn't make sense to me. Why am I not just latched in? I got to get off this thing at the other side. If I'm not strapped in, then I'm gonna have one foot just hanging there. It's twisting my ankle off. Get to the top. I fall just getting off the lift. Then I get strapped in, and she's like, "All right, well, we're just gonna sink our hips and we're gonna go." And every 3 feet, crash. 3 feet, crash. 3 feet, crash. Oh, 5 feet, crash, crash, crash. It's not fun. It hurts. I'm falling, and it's hard. I'm hitting my head really hard. I smacked my head a bunch of times. Pretty sure I got concussed. It's not going to be concussed when you're 8. To the point where she wasn't even helping me. Everyone else could kind of just snowboard. She's not even giving me tips. She's just looking at me going, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" No, bitch, I'm not okay. I hurt my arm pretty bad. Everything hurt, and it wasn't fun. It wasn't I caught a good little line and well, that'll keep me going. No, I was fucking over this shit. So I said, "Hey, you, fuck you." I undo my bindings. I leave my board, and I just walk down the mountain, dude. Just walk down the mountain. That's how over snowboarded I was. And I'm 8. I knew it was bullshit at fucking 8. I was probably I don't know. How old are you in 5th grade? 6th grade, are you 12, 10? No idea how ages correlate to the grade you're in. So I'm walking down the mountain. And there are dudes that are on the ski lift "Yo, dude, what's up, man? Are you all right? Where's your board?" And I was just crying, and I'm embarrassed. And I look at, and I'm just, fucking my instructor's a bitch. And I walk down the mountain, and then I walk down, and my parents are there, and they're happy to see me, but they're also realizing that something's not right because I'm not on a snowboard. I'm just walking alone. And my mom immediately just gets livid. My dad's I have the dumbest son ever. And then, 5 minutes later, there's my teacher, there's my instructor, and all the other class. So I walked faster than everybody else went down the mountain. And she has my snowboard. My dad's all apologizing for me for making her carry it. It's you know what? I stand by that. Fuck that person. She was the worst instructor ever. Gave me 0 tips. Didn't help me at all. Let me fall. My arm, I was sore for a month. I could have got really hurt. Oh, she had to carry my board. Fuck off. Fuck that chick. Fuck snowboarding. I'm never going back. I'll get drunk in the lodge, but I'm not doing the snow. If you like it, great. That's you. If you enjoy it, fuck it. I'm not going to sit there and tell you not to do it. If you love snowboarding, great. I want to sit by the fire with some whiskey, maybe a little bit of wine. Okay? And I want to fuck on a bearskin rug. That's what I want to do in the wintertime. Okay? No one gets hurt when I do that. I should have known I wasn't going to be a great winter sport guy. When I was in like third grade, and there were these big snow drifts, snow banks at this church next to my house, and we were sledding down it, and I fell off my little saucer into a drain pipe. Well, into a drain. You know how in parking lots they're all like they slope down to the drains, and usually those are the parts where there's no snow because all the precipitation's there and it melts the snow right there because it's not that cold. I was there and I fell face first off my saucer, cracked my chin open, ran across the street to my house. It was just the most blinding pain. I just fucking pound on the door. Pretty sure it was unlocked. My mom opens it. She's on the phone with somebody. And I'll never forget this, dude. Never, ever, 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 ever. She goes, "Oh, fuck. I got to call you back. It looks bad." She hangs up and she puts a cloth on my chin, drives me to the fucking hospital. And I had split my chin open from the bottom of my lip down to my neck. It was bad. She was right. It was bad. But you always remember when your mom freaks out like, fuck, my kid's an idiot. I should have known right there that I wasn't going to be I'm not going to the Winter X. Winter X? Winter X Games. Did you guys know what I meant when I said that? No, Blair, we had no idea what you were talking about. All right, that's fair. I don't know. What are you guys doing? It's like, what am I doing? I'm just talking to nobody. I mean, there are some hoes in this house right now, but what are you going to do? What are you going to do? You know, okay, so I did a couple shows this week, and the first one went okay. They're all kind of like ambush shows. Like, people don't really necessarily know there's a show going on. I mean, some people will bring friends, but for the most part, it's people that are trying to just drink on a Thursday night. And all of a sudden, everybody, hey, there's comedy happening. Look out. Which is the worst way to do comedy, is to be like, hey, I know you didn't pay to be here, but we're going to have a bunch of people yell at you. Amplified for the next hour and a half. Cool. People are like, what? And then we already start without them. We don't even give them a chance. It's like, do you want to hear a rape joke, or do you want to enjoy that vodka sodas? You tell me. Can I have extra lime? So basically what happened was, first show, it went okay, did fine. But it's still like, people don't really know if it's an ambush show. They're not invested. So they don't care about talking, to the person they're next to. It's like if you go to like a house party and there's a movie on, like no one's like going, shh, we're here for the movie. No, you're here for the party. It's the same with crowds that don't pay to be there. Like, there's no one shushing them. They're just going to enjoy their night. It's like, yeah, this guy's talking, but I don't give a fuck. That show went fine. And then I did a show the next night out in the middle of fucking nowhere. Pflugerville. Shout out Flugs. Is that what we call it? It's not called Flugs, Blair. It's just, it's a PF at the beginning of it, okay? No one really gives a shit about you. Now to this fucking dive. I mean, both shows, I'm nothing but thankful. Anytime I'll take stage time anywhere. I've done shows in a barn to one person that I knew, and it was a horse, that's what I've done. So I'm never going to shy away from like anybody that gives me any kind of stage time. Thank you so much. I owe you a dick suck. We'll get there eventually. But man, just went out there and it did not go. You did like a riff on the guy before me because the guy before me is a fucking cunt. And the dude, you ever see someone who looks like they always just had to talk to police? Like, they always just lied to the police about how long they were alone with the child. Like, oh no, we were only alone together for like 30 seconds. Like that guy. The guy who always like leaves his hair in his face and he's wearing glasses. Like, what? Oh, I don't even know what kids look like naked. And that's kind of what I said, and I immediately dug myself a hole. That's what happens when you fucking try to open with the riff instead of doing the act. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? But still, it was fun. It was fun. And with the rape joke. And strong. Yeah, it was good. I had fun. I always have fun. If I'm doing comedy, I'm having fun. That's why we're doing it, is to have fun. Okay. You know, it's just like just let's put that aside. Show stuff done. Now I want to talk about.
You know what I want to talk about? I want to talk about this other thing I was thinking about talking about.
But look, have you ever had? I think we've all had that friend who tried to give himself a nickname, you know? And that's, I mean, it's okay. You can kind of get away with that, especially if you go into a new group of people, like you get to college or a new team or a new job, and people, it's like, hey, what's your name? And you're like, oh, my name is Blair, but you can call me fucking Blazer. You know, you can do shit like that. Never done that. Might do it now. Didn't hate the way Blazer sounded. What's up, Blazer? Laser? Crazer? I bet Dodgeball still holds up, if I'm being honest. I bet it's still pretty good. I gotta go back and watch it. But I'm pretty sure it holds up. But I mean, you know, but if you give yourself a nickname and you're around people who have never called you by that, they'll call you out, you know? So usually what I feel happens is you have a group of friends or people you know, and then you go on, you live your fucking life, and then you see them later and they have a different nickname. And it's weird, dude. You know? Like I knew a guy one time who I hadn't seen him in years, and we ran into each other, and he introduced himself to me as if I didn't know who he was, but he introduced himself to me with a different name. He's like, what's up, man? It's Bobo. It's like, yeah, I know who you are. Your name's Mike. What is this name you just made up? None of your first or last middle name. You don't even have any of those letters. Why are you going by Bobo? And his voice was different too. So, man, my name's Bobo. It's like, you're weird. Why did you change your name and your voice? Who are you? Look, if you want to make a change, make a change. That's fine. I'm better off with you changing your gender than I am with you being like, well, I'm just this different guy now. It's like, that's weird. Like, imagine if you saw me, right? Like, you saw me today and you meet me and you hear me talk like this and my name is Blair. Now, imagine you see me 6 months later and you're like, hey, Blair, what's up? It's Steve. And I look at you and I go,
well, actually, my name's Kyle now. It's just nice to see you. I don't know if you remember me, but now my name's Kyle. Just letting you know it's Kyle.
And you're like, why are you talking like that?
Well, this is how I've always talked.
It's like, not really. You've kind of developed an accent that no one can place.
Yeah, but I think it's not that different than what it used to be.
You would look at me like I'm the dumbest person who's ever lived. The dumbest person, like dunce cap, facing the corner, and you can see my ass crack. Like, that kid might be. But I mean, do you know, cut off your dick, be a lady. I'm cool with that. But just at least have a purpose to it.
I didn't like my other name, so now this one, the voice just makes more sense to me.
Yeah, shut up. I thought about doing like a current event thing. I mean, I wrote down some stuff. I did a little bit of prep today. The last pod was short and sweet. It was like 20 minutes, and that was a shoot from the hip kind of one. This one, I feel like it's a Friday. I'm going to put a little bit more effort into it. I even put a hoodie on for this. But lots happened. I couldn't remember if I talked about the Super Bowl before. I'm pretty sure I did. The last one I put out. Yeah, for sure did. But then I loved the Super Bowl party. That was fun. You see Tom Brady get fucking hammered. Good for Tom. Good for Tom. You gotta love when a guy's got to get carried out somewhere. It's like, let him celebrate. He won't drink a beer during the season. He probably hasn't drank in like 8 months. And now he's out there partying on a boat with Gronk. Sipping tequila. Slugging beers. Come on, dude. It's so funny to me that people post that video. It's like, look how drunk Tom Brady is. Yeah, dude. Oh, sorry, he's not a square. My body's a temple. I never have alcohol. Shut up, you fucking loser. I don't even know what pussy looks like. Hey, draw pussy.
Panicking.
Oh, the guy's fun. If you don't drink, I'm not giving you a hard time if you don't drink, but it's also, like, let's not be surprised when someone wants to let loose a little bit. Okay? Love to get hammered with Tom Brady. I want a beer right now. Fuck. We drinking tonight? Might have to now. I saw a thing. I think Gronk wasn't drinking. The idea of partying sober, that's always been weird to me. You know, I remember growing up with guys who were like, man, I love to rage. It's like, wait, how do you rage? No, I don't drink. I just fucking go out there and I fucking pump my fist. Like, are you on Molly? What's Molly? Like, you're weird. It's weird. Don't be the sober guy who's partying. You can be the sober guy at a party, but you gotta bring it down. You're the DD. You're the most responsible guy there. You're saving lives. We like you, but don't be the guy who's a party animal. And then later on, you're like, man, how much you drink tonight? He's like, I didn't have anything to drink, dude. I fucking was just living in the moment. It's like, yeah, you're about to show your dick to the wrong person. That's what you're about to do. You can't trust sober guys, because sober guys, not like guys who used to party. I mean, like guys that never drank. Like, and they have to not have Jesus. Because if you have Jesus and you don't drink, I can get behind that. I know a lot of guys like that. The Lord doesn't want me to get drunk. Cool. But if you're a guy who doesn't have Jesus and you just go out there and party, it's like, it seems like you're kind of creeping a little hard. Like, those are the guys that don't know how to interact with women. They're the guy that pulled their dick out and said, you want to suck my friend off real quick? Crystalia. You know what I mean? Like, those guys are the ones where we'll be a little bit skeptical of these dudes. Be a little bit skeptical of these guys. Because their intentions seem a little bit off. Just don't be a sober party animal. Just be a sober guy who drives people home and is responsible and nice. And then people send you gift cards like, man, thanks for giving me the ride. It's like, yeah, I'm just a glorified gypsy cab. Does that mean? Don't shit on the sober guy who like had a problem, then got clean. Like, that guy, fucking good for that guy. If you can get off the sauce, power to you. I don't know if I ever will. I mean, I will. At some point, you have to. Okay? Man, I saw some pictures of me the other day from my Chicago heavy drinking days. Your boy had fat face, just in my cheeks. But that was just doing shots every night. That catches up with you. I don't do it like that. I did get turned up a little bit the other night. Like on Saturday, I got a little bit twisted up. But that's, when you're in the company of females, ready to go. Jesus, I'm dying. All right, we'll get out of here in a second. Oh, did you guys see the Morgan Wallen thing? He got in trouble for saying the N-word. He was like hammered, outside of his mansion, and he was talking shit to somebody. And he's like, tell that pussy. It's like, ooh, dude, what are you doing? What are you? But, and then, Bill Burr said it best. Like, what'd you think he thought? You think that guy, the 27-year-old dude from Tennessee, who's a millionaire now, rocking a mullet and jacked up teeth, you think that the N-word's not in his vocabulary? You don't think that's in his rotation? I'm not saying he's batting cleanup, but I guarantee you, he's got it, he's batting eighth. Like, that guy, that word in his vocab is just, he's going to be at the end of the lineup, but, he's coming up. It's not going to be great, but it's going to get there. And what's funny is I saw like an article on it. By the way, it's him saying it. Like, come on, dude, fuck off. It's 2021. What are you doing? Are you an idiot? Why? What do you? Come on. You're such a fucking moron. Just fucking do the smart thing, and shout it into a pillow like I do. Because it's got to come out sometime. I'm kidding. Fuck. And yes, I've made that joke before. No, I don't give a shit because no one heard it the first time. So it's the same as shouting into a pillow. It's just like, you gotta be a little bit. Just don't say it. What are you doing? But we shouldn't be surprised that he said it. It's like, what I was going to say, because you see how I lost my train of thought right there? And I was like, come on, What's funny about it is I saw this article, and the article title was, in spite of scandal, his downloads have never been higher. He just dropped an album, and it did well. It did well when it first hit, and then the scandal came out, and then it did even better, which says a lot about his demographic. Like, I just imagine a bunch of fucked up racist white people being like, yeah, Morgan Wallen's okay. Wait, he said what? All right, let's go download. I don't even know what Spitify is. Let's fucking cue it up. He's speaking my language. Come on, dude. You gotta find something to laugh about. What are you gonna do? Sit there and be angry? That's what white people want to do. They want to sit there and be like, this white guy said the wrong thing, and let's fucking burn him down. It's like, I mean, you can try. Write the articles, make him apologize, make him feel like a piece of shit. He should lose some fans for that, probably. You know, I mean, I'm still gonna listen, but it's got hits, dude. It's got hits. Love your art. Love your art. It's like R. Kelly. What's worse, R. Kelly or Morgan Wallen saying the N-word one time? Come on. I mean, we know it wasn't one time, but. All right. How do we feel? We feel good about it? Everyone in the room feels good? Yeah? By the way, your boy's coming on strong on TikTok. It's so fucked up. Like, you post on TikTok and, you know, it gets like triple the views that it gets on Instagram. But for some reason, it's like everyone's getting like 1.4 million views for, a horse story while doing makeup. Shout out Lydia Keaton. She's very funny. And then you're like, man, I only got 800, likes or 800 views or like 1,000 views. And you look at your Instagram and you have like 200 views. You're like, what am I doing? This is way more people here. So now I'm on there. So check it out. Clips will be on TikTok. Blair Bomber. I'm easy to find. Just find it. Oh yeah. Also do me a favor. Rate, review, subscribe. Put it at the beginning, Blair. No one's listening this long. Fuck. Yeah. Subscribe. That's big. Subscribe. Tell a friend. If you have a friend, tell your friend, like, hey, look, do you want to hear a guy yell alone? And they'll be like, what? Just give it a shot. Give it like 10 minutes. I mean, 10 minutes with this podcast is enough to either make you love it or make you think I should find help. All right, we feel good about it. We did it. We're chilling. We're good. We're good. How about you in the back? What do we think? It was great. All right, cool. We did it. Eat shit. Fuck Rudy. Nah, I don't. You guys don't eat shit. You're beautiful people on the inside and on the out, but mostly on the inside because I know my listeners are usually pretty ugly. All right. I'm out. Mwah.